is connected.
Y'all enjoy yourselves. I hope y'all enjoyed this broadcast as much as we enjoyed delivering it to you.
Be careful.
This is a shorter episode, but that's not because there's beef, drama, or we edited out somebody storming
32
off.
minutes.
Yeah.
Somebody
32?
who mysteriously you could hear in the background in the last episode, but didn't show up for the Patreon.
Yeah, word. So
What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Dang, look at them telling me not to make a big deal out of it, and here my happy ass is making a big deal out of it anyway. Where the heck is Imani? And I spoke on this on Patreon yesterday. Shout out to the Patreon subscribers. Now's a good time to subscribe if you haven't. Patreon.com/elevation. Anyway, Imani missed the pod, and it makes no sense because he was on the main pod because they were talking about him dressed up as Michael Jackson. And I am a subscriber to Imani's Patreon, and he just dropped this morning with two beautiful women, and they're getting in their little freaky bag. So clearly Imani is in good spirits, and clearly Imani is handling his business. But that's the issue. I think his business is starting to interfere with the JBP because, well, of course I can speculate that something's going on behind the scenes, but Joe's making it clear that something that isn't going on behind the scenes. So I don't think a fight ensued, but because of his release of his Patreon today, it makes me believe that, hey, nigga, I gotta go handle business on my end. Y'all don't need me for Patreon, right? And of course, Joe's going to be like, nah, nigga, you can go handle your business, do whatever it is that you need to do. But he is going to harbor it in the back of his mind. And shout out to Mark, because Mark is the one that let it be known in the first place. Even though, once again, I already spoke on it yesterday, but at the very end of the Patreon episode, that's when they let it be known. Nothing's going on, but something did happen. And Mark is alluding to a fight and a blow-up that happened and took about 32 minutes out of the Patreon. What happens if Imani was there to start the Patreon? And of course they were chiming in on Imani and joking on Imani, and he just was not having it today. You know what, guys? Fuck y'all. Had an eruption, and Joe was like, you know what? Take your happy ass home, and we'll just have a Patreon without you. We'll just do this without you. And speaking of Patreon, I'm going to have a video up there today because I'm monitoring Flip's movements, and y'all can go check on his Twitter page, y'all can go check on his Instagram page and his YouTube page, and you could determine what's going on behind the scenes at the JBP solely based off of how Queens Flip himself is moving. But anyway, what if Imani is getting big in the britches? What if he's done taking orders from Joe? What if he's done being the butt of all the jokes? And shout out to Mona because I was about to say Mona. The Mona be pumping him up, not in a negative way. She pumps him up because she sees how much they joke on him. And Mona is the main one talking about all the inside jokes that she's not privy to, and she doesn't like that shit. So of course she's gonna pay attention to who's joking on who, what jokes are coming from what direction, what people are talking about when they're joking. And the more she picks up on it and the more she big ups Imani, the more or less Imani know that he's not in the wrong for the way that he feels. Because she's not bigging up anyone else but Joe and Mark outside of Imani. So that's very telling. Well, that's a lie because she's letting Ish know he could get inside all the guts. She's letting him know that. But I'm not going to make too big of a deal out of this. I just wanted to bring to the light that Imani was missed on Patreon because what happens when there's no one to joke on Patreon? I've been getting on Mona's backside a lot lately, but I have to give her major credit because if it wasn't for her trying to carry them throughout the show, I wouldn't have watched it all yesterday. Once I saw that it was under 2 hours, I already knew I was going to be in for some bullshit, but thankfully at the end of the episode they let us know that it wasn't supposed to be this. It was supposed to be 2.5, 3 hours, but apparently Imani and possibly Mark, but I'm going to stop throwing Mark under the bus. I'm only going to try to speak on Mark when things are happening. I'm going to stop trying to predict that nigga shit. But Imani, don't let this become a habit, nigga. Make sure, my mom used to always tell me, before you quit a job, make sure you already have another job secured. I say that to say this. Your Patreon is booming. I'll be the first to admit that. But is your Patreon enough to fund your livelihood, nigga? Quote unquote. And this could be a whole bunch of nothing. So y'all know what my saying is. Everything is speculation. Everything is conjecture. I don't know what it is that I'm talking about. I'm just making everything up. So hopefully this is one of those videos where I'm really just making everything up. But as far as the 2-hour Patreons, as far as it seems like they have taken some of the criticism from us, because I haven't been seeing a whole bunch of guest related episodes. But that I was thinking about that earlier today. If you look at Joe's catalog, just throughout all the years he's been doing the podcast, at least, most of his biggest episodes have come from interviews. So in his mind, he's trying to recapture that old thing. He's trying to get that old magic. It's just the people that he's bringing on aren't the people that we actually want to see, one, because they're doing press runs as opposed to him seeking out the best possible interviews. And because they're on press runs, you could tell Joe's not really interested. So, of course, I'm thinking the money must be nice, nigga. But I was thinking about this earlier. Like, man, there has to be another reason outside of him trying to just get podcast out for all these interviews. And it made sense because Kevin Samuels is his biggest episode to date. And that's an interview. His Chance the Rapper interview was a really good interview. I remember the first time he interviewed Push when that Story of Adidon shit was happening. That was a humongous interview. But if you look at the times he was interviewing these people, it was the times that they were at their highest peak as well. So if you're going to continue to go the interview route, you're going to have to interview people that are in the current zeitgeist, whether it's in the streaming sphere, whether it's in the music sphere, Hollywood sphere. You're going to have to get moments that we want to watch for us to want to continue to watch these interviews. Just like that's what Tasha K, even though she's messy as hell, that's what she be doing. Every time I see her on YouTube, she's interviewing somebody that was currently in some bullshit, or at least somebody connected to it. So you're going to have to go that same route if you're trying to recapture that old magic. But that's just my thoughts. Who the fuck am I? Who the hell am I? I don't really know what it is that I'm talking about. I just get it on YouTube, start talking behind this mic because it's fun to me. But I appreciate all the support that y'all are continuing to show. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we're rocking over here. You already know what it is. We're going to continue to go in this direction once again. Now is a good time to subscribe to the Patreon. We're turning up. And quiet as kept, y'all have been showing massive love, massive support. Y'all have been hella consistent over there, so I'm extremely appreciative. We're just gonna keep that thing moving, and we're gonna keep this thing going. See y'all a little later. Peace.